Previously on Onboard Lifestyle, we left Cabo San Lucas, heading towards La Paz, and had a great passage to our first stop, Los Frailes. The cruise plans change.
Weather dictates everything.
Everything.
As we decide to cross the Sea Cortez and head to Mazatlán instead. The 165 nautical mile jump was smooth sailing for Basic, not so much for the squid.
You startle the squid, they jump straight up and blop all over the deck.
We had an escort as we approached Mazatlán's old harbor, and we settled in to a peaceful evening at anchor.
Well, it's another change of plans.
Lands us in Marina Mazatlán, where we will be picking up our story.
Well,
Like
we got
you said,
some.
this sucks.
This sucks. We knew that we had a little difference in vibration and sound in our port engine. And we were hoping that it just needs a little TLC.
I dove in there this morning and it's going to do oil changes and just kind of check things out. And what I found, discouraging. So,
Well, we don't know yet.
we don't know yet. So what we're going to do is go get an opinion. There's a couple of diesel mechanics right here in the
And they
marina.
specialize in Yanmar engines. So that is,
We're in the best place possible right
Yeah.
now to have something like this happen. So we're just going to go get some outside help and see if we can diagnose the problem.
yeah, this is a first for Teal, asking for professional help.
Hey, I have no problem with it. A diesel mechanic, it's not my wheelhouse, but I'm getting there. But this is a little beyond that.
I'm trying to be positive, throw out some positive vibes out there,
Yes.
and that it is a easy fix.
Yeah, maybe it's a loose bolt or something.
Well, you know, maybe a little bit more, but I'm praying against all else that it's not something super serious. I don't think that it should be.
I know, because we want to just keep moving. We don't want to be stranded here waiting for parts. But we'll see. We'll know a lot more here in a few minutes.
So fingers crossed.
Well, in a few hours, I guess.
Okay, this happens every time we hit a marina. It's been over a month, so Lynn, first thing, just starts washing the boat, getting the salt off. I don't know where she's at right now, but I'm not going out there. This is her thing. I know better. I'll stay inside, camp out here, get some work done, but let her just polish the boat. This is her obsession, her routine. It makes her happy. Emma's so good. She's out trying to help. Not me. I'm still hiding. Where is she? Back on the sugar scoop, I think, scrubbing those up. I don't want her to see me. Oh, there she is. Okay, I'm out of here.
So Emma and I have been cleaning the boat, which makes me so happy. But this was a first for me. I'm cleaning and I step on a bee. So I got a little bee sting on the bottom of my foot, and we're only halfway done. So I'm gonna muscle through, and Emma's gonna be my my laborer today. So get to work. Start swabbing the decks. It's been over a month since we washed the boat. I mean, truly washed it. And Cabo was so dirty. It was beautiful, but it was so dirty. The air just had lots of smog and I don't know, everything else, and it just left a layer of dust and dirt and I don't know what else.
Uh-oh. She's on the other sugar scoop now. She's got the soft scrub out and a rag. That's where we've been landing all the fish. Trying to get all the stains out of there. Man, she's on a mission.
So it's my birthday today, and we have a little change of plans because, you know, that's what happens with boats. Teal is down below right now.
Happy birthday!
And, yeah, we got a little unexpected little hiccup.
I suppose I better explain what's going on. Well, on our crossing the other day, when we were going from Fraley's to Mazatlán, you know, we had a nice sail all night long, but the winds died off in the morning, so we kicked on this engine. It's the port engine, and it just sounded a little off. Something was just had a little funky vibration, so we played with the RPMs, and if I brought the RPMs down, it sounded fine, but it just didn't sound right. So I came down here and just was doing a visual inspection on the engine while we were underway, and it just felt like when we were going over a swell and putting the prop under a load that it would just, I don't know, it just had this oscillating sound to it. And I peered over the top of the engine and I could see that the sail drive and the engine were not in unison. They're supposed to be bolted tight together, and they were moving slightly. I mean, maybe a whole 1/8 inch, 1/4 inch separately.
That's never a good thing.
So we shut the engine down and just limped in. No clue what is going on, but it is definitely somewhere where the ST20 is mounted to the 3YM30. So we called in
some reinforcement.
Yes, a local Yanmar mechanic. He came out yesterday, and he thinks that we can most likely remedy this problem fairly easily, but we do need to have access to the front side of the sail drive. In order to do that, I have to remove the engine. He's going to be here tomorrow morning, bright and early, but he gave me a list of things to do. Remove the engine, build some blocking so we could slide the engine forward, remove the wet exhaust, kind of clear things out so we could get some movement on the engine. The engine only weighs, like, I think it's 280 pounds, so it's not a big deal to move this. It's just a lot of prep work. Our fingers are crossed that this is a simple fix. If it's what he thinks it is, we maybe have this all put back together in half a day and we're on our way. If it's something else, which there's a few things that can happen, it may be anywhere from 2 weeks to 3 weeks to get parts in here. So
we're hopeful.
We're hopeful. We're hopeful.
Yeah.
We're a little bit, I don't know, I feel at ease after talking to him that it could be a simple fix, so our hopes are high. In the meantime, I'll prep and we'll hit this thing first thing tomorrow morning when it gets here, and we'll know a lot more. So, remove the motor mounts first.
Where are you?
Right here. It's always the last one is the hardest.
I really want to clean our engine.
I know. Oh!
Tell me how you really feel about this.
My goodness. It's a tough one.
The other ones came out pretty smoothly.
It's just the location is the hard part here.
You want me to do it?
No, because it's...
There it goes.
Okay, motor mounts are free. Here, you can take that.
And only just a little bit of blood.
Am I bleeding?
A little bit.
Well, what's new?
So now the other question is can you get out of there?
Yeah, but now I need to undo the wet exhaust here. So can you hand me, I got a ratchet set, a metric ratchet set right up here.
Okay.
Okay, wet exhaust is off. We're getting there. Next, I have to build a platform now to slide the engine forward.
You think you got enough?
I think so. Little scraps and bits and pieces. Okay, so I need to take a little off right there. I've been prepping this engine, getting ready for the mechanic. Patrick should be here in about a half an hour. I think I'm set. Let's take a look what I had to do. First thing I did was remove the cowling, put it up out of the way. The engine mounts are totally loose now. And I built these skids so we could slide the engine this way. We need to get about 6 inches. It's gonna be real close right here, but hopefully it's enough. I put a support for the back of the engine so it can't fall down. And then I removed the exhaust. I think the rest of the hoses here are gonna be loose enough that we could slide it without removing them. If I have to remove one, I will, but I'm gonna try to avoid it. So here's the problem. Here's our sail drive, here's our engine. There's a plate that adapts the engine to the sail drive. And right in here, this is where I'm getting the movement. This piece is moving independent from here. So this is mounted from the inside of this adapter plate. So we need to remove this plate and look at what's happening. I don't know if a bolt is sheared off or if they've loosened up, but that's what we're in for today. You can see some oil is dripped out. Not much, just a couple tablespoons, but obviously something's wrong here.
Are you comfortable?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, cool. Then yeah, you might be able these bottom two. What I'm thinking is that we might not be able to get the nut completely off without moving this forward a little bit. I've always been in two minds about the risk benefit to a sail drive. So packing glands are...
And here's the stud. Here's the last one.
Okay.
Okay, so there is about 5 mil or so on
Okay.
all of those.
Seeing any movement there?
Not yet.
Oh, have we reached the end of any thread, yeah?
Yeah, I just backed them off a little more.
Okay, very good. Okay.
But yeah, we're up against them now, so do I back them off more?
Let's just have a little look here. So what we don't want as we come off these screws is for this weight to be transferred onto the shaft.
Right, and start stripping
So I want to put a little pressure on this?
Yeah, there's going to be some movement, but yeah, if you slide that back a little bit. You seem to slide much happier that time.
Yeah.
I'm happy with how the weight held.
Yeah, everything seems like it's coming out even here.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep, there's zero pressure on any one of these.
How we like it.
Okay, hang on.
Here's your wrench.
Very good.
Okay, let me double check. Clear on the bottom. Clear, 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 clear. There's our first look at it. That does not look good, does it? Wow.
It's only there to hold the lip seal in place.
Yeah, because it's not a real heavy gauge.
No. Now, look at that.
Oh
Wow.
my god.
So I'm guessing, you know, it got loose somehow and then wobbled its way out, but that shearing, that's when it got back so far that it caught
Right.
probably on the flywheel, and then as that yanked it out, it ripped.
It's amazing to me that we didn't hear any big grinding noises or anything.
To me too, and indeed that it ran, and
Yeah.
can you see with all them bits jangling about?
Like even, you know, we limped in here, but then we used both engines to get into the slip here, and at low RPMs it feels perfectly fine. But obviously there's an issue. Look at how far those have all backed off. How did all those back off? Right.
Because it's structural, right?
Right, and that's the part that's holding the units together.
Exactly, the drive unit which is driving the engine. But once it's together, it's homogeneous, right? So
Right.
through the 3 feet, we're moving the boat forward.
Right.
That said, an awful lot of the transfer is going between this guide stops
Right.
it moving in any direction lateral, right, or anything like that.
Right.
So when the surfaces meet, and then this face, you know, is against there. So it's not like there's actual torque or pressure on these bolts being.
Right. That's
you know,
why they
in
came
a-
out so easy. Right.
Exactly. Yeah. So
Right.
so yeah. I don't think there's any sort of structural or going forward. If we get this in with a bit of thread lock and torqued enough,
Right.
then you can rest easy. You know,
Right.
it's not going to go anywhere. There's other engineering at work to keep you.
Right. I understand. But it's just a matter now of getting the new plate, and while we're at it, might as well get the correct bolts.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm going to wash up, go over and get on the phone.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. You know, I feel a little, I guess, bittersweet. It's sweet because we know exactly what the problem is now. We know why the engine was moving separate from the sail drive. The bolts were missing. But why? Why are they missing? How did they all back out? There's 8 of them total, and all 8 had come loose. Did this happen 15 years ago when the engine was being put in and they didn't torque it down correctly? Were they just in their finger tight? Did somebody forget some process or step to installing the engine? I mean, we'll never know. Everybody's stumped that we've talked to of why these came apart. But we push forward and get it fixed. Is this isolated to this engine? Is it going to happen to the other? I sincerely doubt it. This is such an anomaly that I think once this is fixed, we'll be good. Luckily, we could fix this in the water. It's just a matter of getting new bolts and getting that new plate. Those, Patrick has tracked those down, and those are on order. We should have those in less than a week here in Mazatlán. So things are looking good for us getting this all put back together. In the meantime, we're going to clean up the back side of this, get all the oil out and all the little bits and pieces and shavings. Lynn will stuff herself back in here and do that. Okay, how's it look back there?
Not bad.
Just a little bit of oil?
Yeah, just a little bit. I'd say probably like not even a tablespoon. But it's nice to just get in and clean it all up.
Now that that's all polished up and ready for the next stage, we could relax a bit. Besides, it's still Lynn's birthday. We have to go out and celebrate. Man, I wish they were bigger. The seasoning. And it looks like we will have a few days to explore this city and have a bit of fun before we get back onto this engine. I'm not a diesel mechanic, but I feel comfortable that if this were to happen again, I could tackle this project by myself, no problem. And I think that's a big part of what cruising is, you know, figuring out things. And it's probably a good thing that this happened because, you know, everything on this boat, I feel 100% confident and comfortable with. The diesel engines is definitely my weak point. But after this, I feel like if this were to happen again, I could certainly handle this by myself. And that makes me feel actually pretty good. So until next week, when we get that part in, we're going to go have a little bit of fun in Mazatlán.
This sucks.
This sucks.
Oh! Oh! It's getting loose fast. Don't start the engine.